Okay, my name is Bobbe Nolan, and I am at the International Quilt Festival in Houston, and I'm standing in front of a group quilt that's called Canopy. Canopy came from the tree in my backyard. I live in Eagle Lake, Texas, a small town about an hour away from here, and my colleagues Susan Engler and Hope Wilmarth and I were meeting at my house to talk about making a group quilt for festival. And the discussion centered around, well, what shall we do? And I said, I think we should, well, we all like trees. And Susan said, well, you have a tree in the yard, so let's go take a picture of it. So we went into the backyard and took a picture of the water oak that grows in the middle of my backyard. And then Susan, who is very good with computer stuff, manipulated the photograph so that it looks as though you're standing underneath the tree and looking up. And then we divided it into 3 slices, as you see, and people could choose what they wanted to. And I was hoping and praying that they would want the sides because I really, really wanted the trunk. And they did. They picked, Hope did this side, which has all these little snippets of leaves, and it has a lovely woodpecker. I don't know if you can see the woodpecker. Okay, good. The woodpecker pecking at the bark that she felted out of roving. And Susan, who specializes in working with digital photography and quilting digital photographs, took the other side, and then each of the pieces has a little inset that shows some detail of the tree. So my piece, the center one, has 3 little tiny insets up at the top, and obviously the emphasis in mine was the trunk with all the knots and the places where branches had fallen off and so forth. Mine was quilted and it was cross-stitched. I painted the background, excuse me, and I started cross-stitching with every color of thread that I thought was appropriate. And then I used the machine to couch yarns all around here to show where the knots in the tree were. And then Hope, who is the most compulsive of the 3 of us, squared them off and put them together. And that was probably the hardest part of the entire thing. We started it in January of 2014 and we finished in May in time to submit it for the Quilt Festival. And we were enchanted to be accepted to have it on display here at Festival. I don't know what's going to happen to it after Festival. It didn't win a prize, so it won't be going on tour. And the biggest challenge for the group quilt is who gets to keep it, since everybody has ownership. And the only thing I know about that is that it's coming to my house for Christmas of 2015 because I'm having an open house and it's going to be in my front hallway.